breaking news, because apparently Huntsville just can't catch a break. Imagine this. A reality TV star once paraded across screens as the picture-perfect dad, the model husband, and the man who seemed to have it all: family, fame, and financial success. He was the face of Southern charm and ambition. But in the blink of an eye, that image shattered. The internet has a new villain, and his name is Martell Holt, the man who went from building dream homes to allegedly demolishing his own family with just 5 words that shocked fans across the country. Words so cold they could frostbite the Alabama heat. F them kids. Yeah, you heard that right. Not whispered in frustration, not misheard through a bad microphone, but reportedly said loud and proud, like he was auditioning for Father of the Year, Villain Edition. Those 5 words ricocheted across social media like a bullet. Within hours, hashtags, memes, and reaction videos flooded every platform. The once admired reality TV dad had suddenly become a symbol of everything wrong with fame, ego, and parental irresponsibility. But what drove him to say it? Was it anger, arrogance, or pure chaos disguised as confidence? This isn't just a messy breakup story. It's a full-blown reality TV war zone featuring betrayal, ego, and enough scandal to make even the Kardashians clutch their pearls. The internet's on fire, fans are divided, and the shade is flying faster than child support reminders on payday. So grab your popcorn, hide your feelings, and settle in, because we're diving into a custody battle that's part courtroom, part soap opera, and entirely out of control. Welcome to the chaos. This is the story Martell Holt really doesn't want you to hear. Picture a warm Alabama morning, where the air feels thick, heavy, and humid. The kind of morning where everything seems to hang in slow motion. Somewhere in that sticky air, Martell Holt wakes up like he's still the star of a show that stopped filming a long time ago. Once the face of business success and family perfection on Love and Marriage Huntsville, Martell now seems trapped in a never-ending episode of chaos that nobody asked for but everyone keeps watching. According to insiders, and in the world of reality television, there's always an insider, Martell's priorities have shifted dramatically. He's reportedly seen more often in VIP lounges than at parent-teacher meetings. His once quiet mansion has become a revolving door of parties, laughter, and late-night noise. The same neighbors who once admired the family's success now whisper about loud arguments echoing through the walls, followed by the phrase that would send the internet into meltdown: F them kids. Some people said the recording was fake, that it was edited to ruin his name. Others swore it was real, and it didn't take long before the clip spread like wildfire. Within hours, Martell Holt wasn't just a dad in a custody dispute. He was a cultural symbol, the embodiment of arrogance, irresponsibility, and the dark side of reality TV fame. The memes were brutal, the blogs were merciless, the fans divided straight down the middle. The fallout was immediate and unforgiving. Bloggers dissected every syllable of his voice. YouTubers analyzed his tone, debating whether it carried guilt or pride. Body language experts went frame by frame, freezing his expressions to find traces of remorse. And amid the storm, whispers began circulating. Whispers that Martell laughed about the controversy behind closed doors, allegedly calling it good publicity. If that's true, then his definition of good publicity needs a serious rewrite. Because according to sources close to production, sponsors have backed out, brand collaborations have gone silent, and his phone isn't ringing as often as it used to. The image of a smart, business-savvy father is dissolving faster than a trending hashtag, replaced by something darker, a portrait of ego and denial. Even those once closest to him, friends who defended him during the messy breakup with his ex-wife Melody, are said to be quietly stepping back. Screenshots have circulated online, allegedly showing former colleagues describing missed deadlines, unpredictable moods, and an obsession with being talked about at any cost. The phrase, "any publicity is good publicity," might have worked for early 2000s reality TV, but it doesn't work when your children's well-being becomes part of the storyline. Behind the Instagram filters and gym selfies, cracks were forming in the glossy facade. Whispers of financial trouble began to surface. Insiders claim his once booming real estate business has slowed to a crawl. Investors have allegedly become hesitant, and his once lavish lifestyle is showing signs of strain.
Designer clothes spotted on resale sites, luxury cars quietly returned, scheduled appearances canceled with vague last-minute excuses. It's almost cinematic how quickly admiration turned into disbelief. One moment he's the admired husband entrepreneur, the next a living cautionary tale about how fame can twist ambition into ego. Every move he makes now is magnified, every absence noticed, every rumor multiplied by a social media audience hungry for drama. And in a town like Huntsville, where everyone knows everyone, the tension is thick enough to choke on.
Online, fans have turned into detectives, piecing together fragments from gossip accounts and cryptic posts. Everyone wants to know what's really going on behind those closed doors, the ones where the lights are on, but something doesn't feel right. By July, the story had exploded far beyond Alabama. Blogs, podcasts, and Reddit threads across the internet were dissecting every possible rumor about Martell Holt's crumbling empire. One insider claimed to have seen messages between Martell and a close associate, where he allegedly bragged about playing the system to avoid child support adjustments. Another anonymous account swore that his lavish spending spree earlier in the year wasn't fueled by business profits at all, but by quietly taking out loans under brand new LLCs that existed only on paper. True or not, it didn't matter anymore. The internet had already made up its mind. Martell Holt had become the villain in his own story, a man who could no longer tell the difference between clout and chaos. Then came the video. Shaky, grainy, and filmed from a distance, supposedly showing Martell pacing outside his car, phone pressed to his ear, shouting, "They'll never take my kids from me, I run this city." The clip went viral within hours. Millions of views, thousands of comments. Half the internet laughed, the other half fumed. Some said it was a setup, others called it proof that his ego had officially gone nuclear. And while the public argued, the whispers behind the scenes grew louder. Reports surfaced of explosive fights with producers, secret recordings, and even threats of lawsuits if certain footage from his show ever made it to air. Someone claiming to work on Love and Marriage Huntsville leaked audio of a production meeting where Martell allegedly demanded editing control, shouting that he wouldn't be made to look like the bad guy again. But irony has a cruel sense of humor, because every attempt to protect his image only seemed to dig the hole deeper. Anonymous staffers began describing him as paranoid, convinced everyone was out to get him. They said he checked his phone constantly, scrolling for mentions of his name, refreshing comments between takes. At one point, during filming, he reportedly spent an entire shoot glued to his phone instead of engaging with the crew. When reminded to focus on rebuilding his image, he allegedly snapped back, "My brand is controversy." Those 5 words summed up everything people feared was true. Martell wasn't trying to fix his reputation. He was feeding off the chaos, turning every scandal into oxygen, every backlash into a headline. Meanwhile, his ex-wife, Melody Holt, took a completely different route. Calm, composed, and focused. She didn't engage publicly, but insiders claimed she was quietly documenting everything, every text, every email, every school report. Court filings, screenshots, and detailed notes were reportedly being compiled behind the scenes, preparing for the next chapter of their ongoing custody battle. Teachers at their children's school were even rumored to have been asked to keep an eye out for behavioral changes. This was no longer a reality show subplot. This was real life, unraveling in slow motion. By the time autumn arrived, even Martell's most loyal defenders were starting to question what they were really supporting. The leaks multiplied. Texts hinting at questionable business dealings, screenshots showing missed court dates, and allegations that he skipped hearings to attend influencer events instead. Social media turned into its own courtroom, and Martell Holt was the defendant in a trial that never ended. Every day brought a new claim, a new screenshot, or a new exclusive from an anonymous source. Fake documents began circulating online, alleging secret bank accounts, unpaid taxes, and hidden assets. None of it was confirmed, but confirmation wasn't the point. In the age of social media, perception is more powerful than proof, and perception had already crowned him guilty. Every post he made was dissected. When he shared a video of himself working out, fans mocked that he was training to dodge child support.
When he posted motivational quotes, people said he was mocking Melody. Every word, every gesture became ammunition in the court of public opinion. And as the chaos mounted, whispers emerged that the network behind his show was growing uneasy. Meetings were allegedly happening behind closed doors, discussing whether Martell's storyline had gone too far, whether he was more liability than entertainment. Rumors even suggested that next season was being planned without him. For someone who built their entire identity on control, the control of their family, their business, and their public image, the idea of being replaced must have hit harder than any court ruling could. But if the rumors were meant to humble him, they didn't seem to work. Instead, the defiance grew. The social media posts continued. The controversy rolled on.
Then came another anonymous drop, a voice note, allegedly of Martell venting about losing control of his family, his show, and his reputation. The authenticity was impossible to confirm, but by the time people started questioning it, the damage was already done. His name was back in headlines, his image plastered everywhere, once again, not for success, but for scandal. By this point, the story had gone far beyond gossip. It became a cultural commentary, a real-time example of how fame can warp the human spirit. Martell Holt had once been the American dream in motion, a self-made man, an entrepreneur, a husband and father who turned his charm into success. But the same spotlight that built him had turned scorching hot. Every flaw, every misstep, every unchecked ego trip, all exposed for millions to judge. And that's the tragedy of modern fame. It's not enough to be loved, you have to stay loved. And the second you falter, the internet is waiting to watch you fall. For Martell Holt, that fall has been public, messy, and relentless. Meanwhile, Melody's composure and contrast has only deepened the divide. While she focuses on her music and businesses, letting her actions speak louder than words, Martell continues to be haunted by his own, 5 of them in particular. F them kids. The phrase that might define his legacy more than all his television success combined. So here we are, standing at the edge of the wreckage. Martell Holt built an empire that started as romance, evolved into reality TV gold, and crashed into a cautionary tale that no amount of editing can repair. The question now isn't just about Martell, it's about what fame does to people. How a man can go from hero to headline in a matter of months, and the same audience that cheered for him can now watch in disbelief as his world unravels. Does Martell take accountability and try to rebuild? Or does he keep chasing relevance through chaos and controversy? The internet has already chosen sides, but maybe the truth lies somewhere in between. Because this story isn't just gossip. It's a mirror reflecting how fame, ego, and the hunger for attention can twist anyone until they forget what truly matters. So what do you think? Should the courts step in harder? Should the network cut ties? Or is there still a path to redemption? Drop your thoughts below. Your opinion shapes the conversation. And if you've been following this roller coaster from the start, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because when it comes to Martell Holt, the next twist could drop before sunrise. Stay tuned, stay skeptical, and remember, in the world of reality TV and real-life drama, the truth is never as simple as it seems.